Hey guys, Jamin here with another StarCraft 2 broadcast. Hopefully this will be a good broadcast for you. This is from the MLG Pro Circuit from MLG Columbus that was on recently. If you haven't seen these games, good, because I'm bringing them to you. But MLG was definitely awesome. That is definitely a great way to run your business. I absolutely loved it. I wish that they never did any kind of they gave away the HD for free this year, or for Columbus. And while I know a lot of people were mad because were supposed to be getting it free for having been screwed during Anaheim, MLG's really come around and have been really good. I mean, they had Tastosis casting, and they had Day 9 DJ Wheat casting. Absolutely an awesome series, or an awesome event to watch. And I hope to go to one of these one day. I wasn't able to. I'm not going to be in town around for the correct one, so there's no one near me at the right time. So, but still going headstrong. Just to get into this game now, because I mean, obviously, this is what we're here for. This is a game between OGS MC. MC is his name, and he is a Korean player, and he has won the GSL Code-S GSL twice, which is really, really difficult. I mean, Code-S is like the best of the Koreans, and he's won it twice, and GSL is really, really big deal. And let me turn my game sounds down real quick, because I know that really annoys some people. Let's put it down. There you go. And continue on. I apologize for that, but let's just keep going. This is on Shakuras Plateau. OGSMC versus I am Losiara. Looks like an extractor before pool, so probably going to be going for some early speed, maybe an early layer, but that's usually not the case. Layer's a really hard tech to deal with early pressure then. A Forge Fast Expand looks like for OGSMC on this map, and this is a best of 3, by the way. So OGSMC throwing down that expansion before getting his cannons because he feels comfortable. The spawning pool's down, but only, it looks like 6 Zerglings on the way. Let's go open the production tab so we can look at that. And OGSMC sees exactly the timing on this. Does get the gateway, and he's going to throw down a cannon long before the... and look at that, OGSMC knowing he needs time. I'm not sure if the probe will... be able to get all the way away from this. Another probe coming up here, being scattered by the Overlord, drawing the Zerglings away, trying to get that hidden pylon in here, and I am Losiara losing sight of it, doesn't see where it's gone, and going to be scatting around for a bit. Little does he know, OGSMC has it up here, a little hidden probe. And so the gateway now done, might be walling himself in with a cyber core and using that pylon to get out, but it is scouted by that Zergling. Good job from Losiara seeing that, and OGSMC going to run this in to try and he is shadow walking or ghost walking it. That's when you click on a mineral, it'll go through any unit that attacks it. And so OGSMC now going to go check out what's going on. Not going to get is going to get a look at the hatchery and know that's not a lair. Does not get a look at the second gas to see if that's taken yet. And he does not see a roach worn down, so he's going to have a pretty good knowledge of what's going on, though. Does see the number of Zerglings, and so they're running out across the map. One Zergling sitting here. Speed is complete. He is completely walled in here with one cannon back, as well as a sentry being pulled up here. And the sentry is going to be really good because against roaches, the sentry, they can attack the cannon, and then the sentry can force field them away, and the cannon now will have full range, and the roaches will only be able to shoot these buildings with a force field, like right here. The roaches won't be able to reach that cannon, and you'll have that sentry there, as well as it can push away Zerglings that are trying to do some damage on these, and shoot them with its wet noodle, as I like to call it. And so I am Losiara, just getting a couple Zerglings, feeling pretty comfortable. A Stargate is on the way for OGSMC. It's chrono boosting those probes out. How many harvesters we got? We got 29 harvesters over 28, so pretty close. And the supply difference is negligible at this moment. I mean, it's not huge. 31 now for OGSMC, actually doing better than I am Losiara. And Losiara is getting his third up now. has been getting his third up. I missed it. I apologize for that. And now a Void Ray on the way for MC. And so MC with the 2 cannons now right here. Deciding not to put a cannon here. Might save that for units. Going to put the cannon down below here a little. Pylon here to scout for probably like a Nidus Worm play. Might want to throw one down over here or so. A Overlord sneaking around back. Well, he couldn't get around back, it looks like. Maybe if he flew around this way, he could. But Nidus Worm play something that I'm seeing personally. I've seen a couple times now. A lot more of. I feel like Nidus Worms were really big back in beta, and have died down with their popularity due to the cost of them. You actually have to pay every time you build a Nidus Worm, and that's a lot of resources to spend. The Void Ray is out now, being a total boss. This Phoenix is flying out. Does this Void Ray have any kills? Still there. Void Ray has 1 kill. Gonna kill this Zergling on this watchtower more than likely. Nope, just gonna fly right by it. Phoenix to see the Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler already down pretty darn decent. Gonna deny pretty much any kind of attack here. Spore Crawler out at the front. Because of this wall-in, he can't get out of his base, so he's going to have to only use these flying units, and these Spore Crawlers are positioned absolutely beautifully. Another Spore Crawler going down here, and a Roach Warren going down now. These Queens hanging out by the Spore Crawlers, going to force that Graviton Beam and the cancel with the Spore Crawlers in that position. And so now only 1 Graviton Beam is available, and this Void Ray Phoenix is going to be completely denied by these really well-placed Spore Crawler, so must having a 6th sense or scouting that. I'm not sure which one it was. Must have scouted it with the Zergling popping up near the front. And now the Void Ray is just checking out what's going on. A couple more Phoenix coming out. Try and deny that transition into Mutalisk. If you can stop the Mutalisk ball deny it from ever existing, then you can obviously by getting Phoenix, and you're good to go. Not saying that Phoenix is completely stop any kind of Muta play, but they are pretty much, I would call it a counter, as some people would call it. Wow, a really late lair coming out. That's a 10-minute lair after 3 bases are up. The Overlords are all hanging out by this gas, just hanging out, seeing what's going on. And the Phoenixes, that's a good amount of Phoenixes now. 5 Phoenixes and a Void Ray going to be flying around here, but there are a number of Spore Crawlers, and there's really no place that these Phoenixes can poke without being attacked, without being over a Spore Crawler. So MC kind of just like falling back here, not really having anything to do with these, is removing the map control, getting total map vision and control with these units. Going to know exactly what's going on. The Queen here kind of out of position, definitely going to get sniped and picked off. The Spore Crawler just barely not close enough, and going to pick that out. Losiara going to make sure to keep his Queens in position. Might be able to snipe nope, the Spore Crawler underneath those Overlords, going to push back any kind of Phoenix play. And the Void Ray just hanging out over here. A couple Zerglings might want to put that Overlord or that Void Ray and attack those Zerglings, but basically OGSMC, with a ton of Zealots being warped in outside the main base. Look at that. Wow. A crap ton of Zealots. Does he have charge? Almost complete. Protoss ground weapons level 1. This is going to be a huge deal, having so much air defense right now. These Roaches are in position to deal with this. Looks like melee attack level 1 on the way. Burrow is going to be complete soon. And now the Zealots and the Zealot Phoenix army coming in here, going to be dealing with this. Going to just eat the Spore Crawler damage. Going to take out the Queen and back out. Those Zealots getting picked off by those Roaches, though. And the Phoenix is just not doing enough damage lifting those Roaches. These Zerglings tanking for the Roaches while they deal the damage and killing those Zealots. And now it's that very large push from MC was easily countered by Losiara's Roach Ling. And so now 12 Hydras on the way, and this is great because OGSMC is stuck on 2 base with a starport and gateway units, and Hydras counter both of those. A lot of Hydras going to counter a lot of the gateway units. I mean, Hydras do so much damage unless they have a very mass amount, which he's not going to after doing that giant assault. Things are not looking good for OGSMC. Roach is burrowing to get some health back. I believe they do have their HP buff now. Movement while burrowed, is that researched yet? No, it is not, so they don't have the extra regen while burrowed. I think they have a passive. They have. Oh, yeah, it is a passive regen while burrowed, but this burrow tunneling claws increases that life regeneration rate. It used to be in beta, it was 3 different upgrades, and they just decided to make it when they nerfed the roach to make it have 2 supply and 1 armor. They made it so that the rapid regen didn't come with it. Really good force field is going to force these units not to be able to get in. Only a couple can shoot. These Hydralisks back here, the Colossus in the back, the range upgrade is not yet complete. Going to be dealing a lot of damage. And an observer even out here to watch for the burrowed units. So that Colossus now going to be the game changer for OGSMC. Going to have to get that nice Colossus ball to deal with this Roach Hydra. And immediately Banelings being made, as well as Overlord drop being researched. Is Overlord pickup or speed already done? Looks like Overlord speed is already complete. Yep, definitely complete. And Overlord drop's going to be done. So those Banelings going to be loading up into those Overlords. And 54 Zerglings on the way and 3 Hydralisks. So it's going to be Hydras and Banelings versus this Colossus ball off 1 base. And looks like a Void Ray finding the sweet spot with these Spore Crawlers might get picked off. Yep, the Void Ray does go down after fighting that, losing to those Spore Crawlers. And that is not a spot you want to be. These Void Ray Phoenixes coming over here, not going to be doing much. The Nexus does get canceled or sniped. I'm not sure which one it was. And the Colossus trying to deny the Zerglings, but that is a lot of Zerglings. A couple cannons going down, the Nexus going right back up, and then a Zergling being burrowed here to be absolutely obnoxious and deny this expansion. Phoenix still being used to a great deal. 2 kills on this one, 1 kill on that, 2 kills, I guess the one I already clicked, 3 kills on that. A ton of Banelings being seen. OGSMC sees this, his tiny army. Just look at the supply difference, 200 to 151. And I mean, look how many Banelings there are. So many Banelings all loading up into these Overlords, and they are going to be covered from these Phoenixes. Wow, that is so many Banelings. And these Phoenixes going to see everything that's going on, seeing the Overlords, seeing the Hydras, seeing the Zerglings. And the only thing that can happen now is if Losiara misclicks and attacks into a bad choke point with some great force fields and bad Baneling drops. Phoenix, the Stalkers coming out here, going to see if they can snipe some of these units, but more likely than not, they're just going to be running away, dealing with these Zerglings. The Banelings coming in, the Phoenixes trying to shoot from up here, but the Hydras are sniping them, and the Banelings just coming down and raining death on these units. Colossus going to get attacked here, and absolutely just raining death from these Overlords. But somehow that Colossus still remaining 3 Colossus now. A Stalker hanging out here, going to snipe that 1 Colossus while the Hydras try to go for this last one. Does escape with 12 HP, so really good job keeping that alive. But just a ton of damage. And look at this, Losiara going to be maxed out again with Zerglings. And what does he have left? It looks like a Colossus with, what is it, a shields and HP versus this many Banelings yet again, and this many Zerglings. Losiara is going to be able to throw yet another set of this, another army like this at OGSMC, but OGSMC cannot split his units up. So these Zerglings are just going to be able to get inside, going to see everything, going to see that the minerals are still here, going to go for the Nexus, it looks like, and MC kind of in a bad spot, going to have to try to go back and save his Nexus. Does burrow the Zerglings in the mineral line, going to force a Observer to go up here, and the Colossus up here. The Zerglings now unburrowing and running away, going to be doing a little bit pesky damage, all while I Am Losiara now is once again maxed out and has double the army of OGSMC, and this is really where his 4 bases to OGS or MCs really come into play. Couple sentries here, gonna try to hold these Zerglings off. Oh no, they had to blink really early. That was a really early blink, and now the Banelings coming in here, just gonna absolutely decimate those sentries and the Colossus. And the only thing left are, wow, look at that! It's just an insane amount of Zerglings, and MC just tapping out, says GG, and that is the true power of macro Zerg. Holy cow, that was insane. Just absolutely brutal by Losiara. So that's the game, and we'll check out the next one in the next in this best of 3. So stay classy, guys.